What's up guys, David Falla here, and today I will show you a tutorial on how I cut when I'm busy at the shop. I want to show you the steps that I take to be able to be more efficient and cut faster. So the first thing we're going to do, I will start always with my Supra with the 5 zeros, just because I like to remove bulk with this clipper. If you don't have a detachable clipper, you can use your regular clipper with the lever closed, or you can use your trimmer. Any machine that will allow you to remove the bulk of the hair and kind of create your first guideline. I use my Supra for this step. And many of you always ask me if what would you do if you don't have a Supra. You don't have to have a Supra, just how I said, just use anything that allows you to remove bulk. After you're done with this, what we're going to do, we're going to shave the bottom. If you don't have an electric shaver, you can always use a razor. I prefer using an electric shaver just because it's safer, and also in my opinion it kind of cuts like a little closer, just because you actually passing the machine in different directions. So how you can see here, I'm leaving like a little space between the first guideline that I make and the part that I'm shaving. Reason for it is because you want to create a nice transition between the shave part and where the fade starts, right? So I will leave kind of like maybe like a 1 centimeter or half an inch space between those two guides. These will allow you to fade that if you need to. Like, so you can see here, the client has thick hair, and so I will use something like a trimmer. I use the corners of the trimmer to kind of remove that line and start fading from the skin that I just created, the skin guide, and then I will fade it into my guideline with the 5 zeros. Then you want to create your second guideline. We're going to use, in this case, we're going to use a Wall Seniors. I don't really use Wall machines much, but a lot of you always ask me like, oh, you know, can you do tutorials with Wall clippers and this and that? So there you go. Here I'm using Nestor's Wall Seniors, and pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a guide, probably like about 1 inch will be fine. And then this is going to be my first guideline. I'm going to my second guideline actually. Now I'm going to create my third guideline using number 1 with the lever open. So I'm going to create, this is going to be a little bit bigger of a guideline because I'm trying to create enough space so I can create a nice transition between the top and the sides, right? A lot of times people have problems fading, or maybe they see lines or their fade is a little dark. It's just because they don't create enough space. So I'm going to start fading this guides right away. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and use the clipper over comb technique. You guys know that I love that technique, and this is the reason why I'm efficient when I'm at the shop, because I skip a lot of steps by using this technique, right? So you can see I'm using the 1.5, well, the 1 actually with the lever closed, and then I'm fading the guide that I created with the same 1. I'm fading into the top. So like that, like if you think about it, like after I'm done with this step, I just gotta fade the 1, the 0, and I'm done. So this is the reason why this technique is, in my opinion, is the best, and it's something that everybody should use, because it just allows you to cut so much time off your clock just because of how easy it is. And also it's a great technique for you to be able to shape the haircut, right? Give it the shape that you want, create a silhouette that you want. This is, for me, this is kind of one of the best techniques for that. You could also start with the top and kind of give the shape to the top first, and then from there it's even easier, because then you just gotta fade the top into the sides and you already have the shape. That's another way to do it, and honestly I do that a lot as well. But I feel like with this, I just wanted to show you the fade, so I didn't want to cut just the top first and then doing the fade, because maybe it was gonna confuse some of you. So I'm just, you know, I just wanted to do the fade. So you can see, like when I started doing is that after doing the clipper over comb with the number 1, and remember the lever was closed, but I had created that my third guideline using a number 1, the lever open, right? So now I just gotta fade from the 1 to 0. So I'm using the machine with the lever down and then or open, and I'm closing it little by little. And pretty much what I'm doing is just down fading. So I'm starting from the top with the lever open and then just closing it, and you know, down fading. That's what down fading means. Now we're gonna use a 1/16 with a lever down, and then we're gonna continue the same process. We're gonna continue cutting, and then as we feel that the machine is not cutting anymore, then we're gonna start closing the lever little by little until we are done with that guard. Many of you have problems with these steps, and you know what, many of you have been asking me if I do classes and if I will do private classes and things like that. And honestly, I do a lot of classes. What it is that I don't post a lot of the stuff on social media, just because like some of them are private classes for salons and things like that, and some of them don't feel comfortable with that, or for whatever reason. So what I can do is that what I'm gonna start doing classes around my area. You guys know I'm in New Jersey, so anything like New York, PA, obviously Jersey as well. You know, if you're interested in having me teaching your salon or your barbershop, let me know. Also, I mean, I'm gonna start doing some classes here in the shop. So also, like, if you want to attend, I will keep you posted on that. You know, let me know who's interested. Like that, I can do like a count and see, you know, how we can set up the classes. So anyways, I will continue with this. Here we're using the machine with lever open, and then we're just closing that machine little by little, and until the line that we created at the beginning disappears. With this step, you want to take it easy, just because it takes time, right? It takes time to fade. Sometimes you gotta pull the skin, you gotta be very careful with it. Sometimes you just gotta use the corners. You know, it takes a little bit of work to erase the last line, but also what it is you just gotta be very careful, right? Because if you try to hurry up too much in this line, you might create more lines, and then you're gonna have to redo the fade. So sometimes when people have problems fading the skin line, really what it is you're just trying to do it quick, or they're not creating enough space for themselves, and then just make it like a very tight line, and then you can see it, so they get frustrated because they cannot erase it. So that's pretty much sometimes what it is. Just be patient. So now I'm gonna show you the other side. The other side is different, so I wanted to show you how to do it. What I do first is that I always part the hair. I make sure the hair is sectioned correctly. Remember to make your sections clean, because sometimes I've seen barbers and even barbers on YouTube, the way they create their parts and the way they create their sections, like, it just lets me wonder like how that hair is gonna grow so uneven, and how like that hair not sectioned correctly is gonna change the shape of the haircut. It's just incredible. But anyways, so how you can see what I'm doing right now is that I created the part, and then it's gonna be a disconnected haircut on that side. So it's pretty easy. I'm gonna use the number 1 with lever close, just clip it over comb, and then pretty much what I'm doing now, I'm fading remember the skin line into the 1, right? So I'm creating that shape. Once that shape is done, then I'm just going to use the guards. So I'm going to use the 1, lever down or lever open, and then I'm going to close it little by little. Then I'm going to use the 1/16 and do the same process, and then I'm just going to use the machine with the lever open, and then start closing it little by little until the machine is fully closed, and then the haircut is going to be pretty much done. Obviously, when you're done fading, you want to see look in the mirror, see maybe you see any dark spots or anything that needs to be fixed, and then you can always do a touch-up. Honestly, I prefer doing the touch-up once I'm done with the fade, or once I believe that I'm done with the fade, just because sometimes when you try to like retouch the fade before you're done, sometimes you start creating actually more lines, or you start taking the fade even higher, or it just you know, it's not done. So it can just give you like a bad like the way you see it might not be the right way, just because it's not done. Also, now that I'm thinking about the classes, actually it will be a pretty cool idea to the classes, just because I can do like a hands-on, and also I can do like a look and learn for you know, all of you guys. And also, like, if you're interested and obviously you're in my area, we gotta start here in Jersey, and then from there we move to other states. But let me know what you want to see, right? Because for me, it's important that you get the information that you are seeking, right? Like, if you are already great at fading, maybe you just need some shear work and things like that, then I would love to know that, right? Also, I know soon sharp fin shear, so we're gonna start doing education as well. So you know, that's gonna be pretty cool as well, because if you're interested in learning shear work and all that stuff, then I mean, that will be kind of the class to go, right? It's gonna be me and other guy, very talented guys. So you know, that's something to look forward to. But yeah, the private classes will be cool too. Also, I know some of you have been asking me if I do like in one-on-one classes, like a shadowing classes, and I do as well. If you want to come to the shop one day, and then they say that you want to spend the day with me, I'll show you a couple of haircuts, and then you want to do a haircut so I can watch you doing it. And then also, if you want, we can take pictures after, so I can show you the photography, the videography of it. That would be cool too. You know, I would love to do that too. So there's something, if you're interested, also message me and let me know. And here, I'm showing you how to finish the fade. It's pretty much the same steps at the other side. And that's about it, guys. This is the haircut. This is the final result. Obviously I didn't show you everything because I just wanted to show you the fade. I wanted to show you the steps that I do to do a fade quicker. As you saw, it was super quick. I think I was done with the fade like in 10-15 minutes, if that. So it is pretty quick, so hopefully it helps some of you to get faster. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.